1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, go!
Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, we got ourselves a win against Tom Brady. Can you believe it? Tom McBrady, and we got a victory. Welcome to the postgame show. I want to see if the press conferences are active. They are not yet. 49 seconds left. The Browns are still tweeting out some replays of the game in the cold, in the rain. Pretty wild. Big shout outs real quick to the chat. We got Hambone, we got Sean Horn, Robin Kreutzer, Ryan Burlow, David Smith. What's going on, guys? Sorry I couldn't be here for the pregame show. I had a previously scheduled engagement that I could not get out of. But we're here and we have a win. Maybe we shouldn't do the pregame show anymore. Maybe we should just do this and we'll win games. But yeah, I had a tape delayed on YouTube TV and got home, had my son rewind it all the way back to the beginning, bam, started it, flipped through, and I caught it right, like literally right as, I guess it was getting really close to overtime, and that's when I caught up through all the commercials and everything. So got to see it I guess nearly in real time, basically in real time. Maybe I was a couple seconds behind, but that was about it. So great game altogether. Ballsy call at the end. I probably would have kicked it, but because who knows? I mean, you could fumble, but when you get Nick Chubb, you just trust Nick Chubb because, and to get that, and they came way off sides on. They blew up that play, which I kind of don't blame them because what's the difference? I mean, they're on about 1.5 yards. You give them another half a yard, 3/4 of a yard, if you get caught for it. So pretty crazy. Cancel pregame shows. You are Brownie postgame. I like that. So yeah, it was pretty wild finish there. I am waiting for the press conferences. I do want to play them because I think they're going to be interesting. And official Browns win. Oh, we're at the podium.
Injuries all the time. He's getting a ton of attention with chips and those type of things, but he kept battling.
Just talking to Miles, had talked a lot, over the past, week and a half about coming up with big plays when he kind of came through with a couple of his own there in the fourth.
Yeah, again, he affects the game. He affects the passer even when he doesn't get him on the ground. He around the quarterback. Maybe he gets the quarterback off.
And Miles had a big play there at the end. I mean,
to apply the pressure that he did versus a quarterback that gets the ball out of his hand, I think was really impressive.
About Nick Chubb there at the end, it looked like they jumped in instead of just pulling up.
I'm going to tell you, Jedrick Wills is doing everything he could to lose the game for us.
I think our whole team did, quite honestly. Had one thing in mind in that entire game, but in that moment, in that fourth quarter, in that overtime, it was the guys believed. I really do think that's half the battle at times is just believing, and I think we had a locker room that believed we were going to pull that out, and then
Tucker missed a field goal.
Down there
wow,
on an unbelievable play from 7-2, and then finish it with 24.
Where do you think that belief comes from when obviously you guys haven't been playing great lately and you go so long without scoring today?
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of adversity in the game of football, and there's opportunity there too. So the guys understand that we have an opportunity in front of us, and they believe in each other. They believe in the guys in that locker room. They believe in the work that they put in, and that's, again, that's part of what makes that locker room great.
How about Martin Emerson just kind of getting targeted a lot and coming through time and again?
Yeah, I think I've told you guys this before, America. I really, really love that kid's mentality. Rookie corners, they know the offense coordinator over there gets off the bus thinking about going after a rookie corner, and so the ball's coming, and they may make a play here or there, but he's not afraid of it, and it's fun to watch.
You guys committed to Kobe pretty early, right after you got to Sean, so obviously you believed in him, but did he surprise you at all with these 11 games when he was able to do?
Not really, and that's the honest answer. We we liked a lot of things about Jacoby, the player. And you watch the tape and you kind of try and picture him in our scheme, and some of the success that he's had and some of the situations he was in. Just felt like he was the right man for the job. But again, I go back to, as impressed as I am of what he's been able to do on the field, it's the work that he's done off the field that has been the most important thing to our team.
How exciting is it for you guys to, you know, you have Deshaun coming back tomorrow, you got 6 games left, and, you know, you're handing over, you know, coming off of this big, huge victory that kind of infuses a little new hope into you.
Yeah, I mean, we do put those blinders on, Mary Kay, so it was all about this week, finding a way to get a win versus a very good football team. Any which way, you know, extra football, whatever it is, so we got that done. The focus will go next to Houston, and we'll put the blinders on because we can just worry about 1 week at a time, so that's what we'll do.
Good.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I gotta say, I guess I was most impressed today. Anthony Schwartz actually had a decent game. Can you believe that? Anthony Schwartz had a good game. Kind of nuts, right? Anthony Schwartz with a big game, and Miles had an on and off game. I mean, that offsides call was really bad, and because it was in overtime, it's Buccaneers 3rd and 5. He jumps off sides and extends that drive, and I was like, "Yep, this is a very Browns thing to do." The whole time I'm thinking, you know, this is the Browns. We're gonna Browns this, and incredible job to apply the pressure when we needed to and get through it. Buccaneers had a lot of injuries. Ryan, yeah, the Njoku catch, I mean, that's going to be the best catch of his career, and it's going to turn out to be the most meaningful probably in his career, at least thus far. And that's without a doubt, thus far, that's his best catch in his career. In terms of, you know, that's the guy that we thought we were drafting in the first round. That's the guy that we paid the money to. And it's really nice to see production out of those guys that you're spending money on. You know, unfortunately, this year we're not getting a good return on investment from Denzel Ward, which is unfortunate. Rick Atkins, Cade will be fine, Ryan. He made a 51-yard after the miss. No, he made a 51-yarder before the miss. Then he missed it. So, but understand what you're saying, Rick. I mean, I think Cade has a huge leg, and that's it. I mean, Cade has the leg. It's just that he's got to be accurate, and I think that's why Kevin didn't want to kick the field goal at the end. When you're on the 3-yard line, if it was in a dome, he probably would have kicked it. I think he missed that because he lost his footing. Could have been from the guy driving all over the field. Maybe it was part wherever that was. Wouldn't that be wild? You know, so pretty crazy, but you know what? We've been saying it all year long. We've been saying it here in Brownie Postgame. We've been saying it on Twitter. You have Nick Chubb. You have to trust that you have the best running back in the NFL. You have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. You throw another offensive lineman back there to pretend to be a fullback, and you run the ball up the middle. Or you run the ball wherever you got to run the ball, but you give it to Nick Chubb and just let him will you across the goal line. He will do it. Even they stack the box with 10 guys in the box, it doesn't matter. Nick is going to find a way. He's going to will you to victory, and he did today. It was great. It was nerve-wracking, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, it's how tempting would it be to just kick the field goal? But he didn't. You know, pretty wild. I don't think it was blocked, Ryan. I don't think it was. I think he just missed it. He shanked it. I could be wrong. And the new center, guys, how about that? Yeah, right. Yeah, just run it right through the new center. It's pretty wild. Unreal. I'm now getting texted by everybody. Oh, can't believe it. Solid win. Can't believe. Unreal, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty real. I'm pretty exhausted. I'm emotionally drained as well. I didn't think that we were going to beat Tom Brady. I had that marked down as a loss. I also didn't think we were going to lose to the Falcons. I had that marked as a win. So it's like the NFL. Now we're in a situation. Now we're in a situation where, but let's not, hold on a second. Let's not kid ourselves for a second here. They're a 5-5 Buccaneers team playing on the road in the rain, and they had a bunch of injuries in that game. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. This isn't the Super Bowl Buccaneers that we played. This isn't the Buccaneers from 2 years ago. This is the 5-5 or now 5-6 Buccaneers. Still is Tom Brady, but it's like it's Tom Brady light right now. Let's be honest here. He's not having a terrible career, but he's not lighting a terrible season, but he's not lighting it up. I would say I would do what Kevin Stefanski does. Good team win. Good team win. You know, I'd say Amari Cooper, that catch at the end where he got us down to the 1 yard line where it looked like Jacoby overthrew him and he sped up to catch it. One of the catches of the year. The third down catch where it hit him in the hands, he dropped it. He came right back from that. I think Amari Cooper. Can you guys let me throw the chat? Let me ask you a question. I want everybody who's in chat to answer this with a yes or no. Yes or no. Okay? Is the kind of production that we're getting from Amari Cooper the production that we expected out of Odell Beckham? Yes or no? Oh, we got Jacoby, and I want to see it in chat.
Well, I mean it's in no disrespect, but in the words of Tom Brady, that was fucking awesome. That was fucking awesome.
Good for you, Jacoby.
Say anything to him after?
Oh yeah, obviously. I mean, I got it. I look up to, you know, a great friend. It was more of like a good game, love you, and kind of just kept it moving.
Can you just talk about the way everybody fought, everybody laid it all out there on the line, and guys stepped up in big moments and made huge plays?
Yeah, I think that just speaks to this team. I know when we were going through our rough patch, I always just kept preaching, like, you know, the men in that room are the right men for this task. And it was never going to be easy. We needed everybody today. You know, we knew that going into this game, it was going to be a 60-minute game. You know, and everybody stepped up and played well. Their parts, I won't say well, we got stuff to work on, but everybody made plays when we needed them to. Guys stepped up. I think the most encouraging part was the mental toughness and stability of this group. You know, at one point we all hit lulls in the game, you know, and we just kept on fighting and just kept on sticking to it. And like I said, that just speaks to the character of the men in that room.
You're a team guy, but what does this mean to you personally, considering you don't have another scheduled start?
Like I said, I haven't even thought about it, you know. I'm just, you know, obviously, you know, grateful for this opportunity, grateful for those men in that room, you know, and this, because it's the schedule one, this was a great one to, you know, kind of end it on, but, you know, we got to stack them. We got to stack them.
What's it mean to get the game ball? And for Kevin, say you got the game ball because you're a great teammate and great leader.
Yeah, that was super special. I wasn't expecting it, but you know, like I said, like this has never been about me. You know, it's always been about the team, and this was our team's opportunity. You know, to step up in a big moment. And I think we did that. And I think the belief in the room, in our plan, and the guys when we're out there executing, I think that belief never wavered. And that just, like I said, it's a testament to those guys on this team.
Of course, Amari doesn't drop the ball. So did you see anything to him, or did he see anything to you after that fourth down drop?
Oh, no, I told him I was coming back to him. And I did.
What was your reaction when you saw David make that catch at the end of regulation?
Wow.
Oh, I can't curse because I get fined again. So I said the S word, but honestly, it was a great catch. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't surprised. You know, before the game
Saturday,
talking to Kevin, about the plan when we were like in the red zone. And originally I didn't like that play versus that coverage, and I was like, I want something else. And those guys in that room, Drew, Kevin, and AVP, and Josh, and Kellen, and we were just sitting there, and Deshaun just thinking about like, why is this play good? And it was like, well, because we got one of our best players opportunity to be one-on-one, because they're doubling everybody else in that coverage. And you know, I threw it, and I thought I threw it too high. I was about to start crying.
You did.
But
you
I
did
seen
throw
him pull
it
it
high.
down, and I was like, I could have ran up and kissed him.
Did you want to go?
Clearly, I didn't.
Did you want to go for the touchdown?
Oh, hell yeah. I wanted to just put him out of misery early. But obviously, knowing the situation, I know it wasn't the right decision. But, yeah.
Your first start, New England had to be very special. Does this surpass it?
Oof. That's a tough question. I would probably say no, just because that was my first time ever getting a chance to play. So I think that's a very special one. Not to say that this one isn't, but yeah.
Anthony gets the touchdown there on that first drive. Just he's had a season that's been very difficult, you know, for a lot of reasons. But just how special is that? And secondly, the block you threw, and you know, you being right there step for step with them. It just
like I said, I mean, you know, we every day when Schwartzy does something, we're still like, we're fans of him. You know, we're good job, Schwartzy. More Dave is probably the leader of that group, but you know, and obviously it hasn't been the ideal, but you know, he's a guy that stuck with it. Sorry, and just, you know, continue to put in the work, and we ran that play versus the Panthers, and he ran inside of me, and I was like, dude, don't do that again. Like go outside. And when I handed the ball off to the back, I was like, oh, the end. I hope I don't have to block the defensive end, because that was gonna be bad. And then I was just running. I was like, nobody's even around me. Like, Schwartzy's way faster than me. He should be in the end zone by now. And then 31 just came, and I just kind of just tried to just get in his way, and I ended up just blocking him. But yeah, just extremely happy for him. He had a bunch of good plays in that game. You know, he had a big catch that got us in good field position. I mean, he made a great special teams tackle. A guy that's just sticking with it, you know, and like I said, that's the character of the men in that room.
Anthony said you're still going to contribute with Watson in there. How do you expect to do that?
I mean, I feel like this week I feel like I've been like about to die or something. Like I still got a job to do. I'm still on the team, you know, and I'll figure that out when the time comes. But you know, I still got to be the same person every day, no matter what my situation or status is. I think that's what makes me me, and I'm excited for him to come back, and you know, looking forward to next week.
Your two players told me in the locker room that you were their favorite quarterback they've ever played with. What does it mean to have that effect on this locker room?
Was one of them Anthony Walker?
No.
Oh, good. All right. 'Cause I knew I didn't. Oh, that's 3. All right. No, that's special. You know, I don't take being in the locker room lightly. Being in the huddle, going to work with these guys, I don't take that lightly. I just try to go out there and be myself, put my best foot forward, work hard, be somebody that the players can lean on, and I mean that's better than the win.
where's that mindset come from?
I guess my upbringing, the people that helped raise me, high school coaches, college coaches, mentors. You know, I think it just comes from them, and that's just it's just like who I am. Yeah.
How great does it feel for you to be able to help infuse new life into this team and kind of, you know, bring a little hope back into the situation?
I don't think the hope went away from us. I think the guys, we show up to work every day. We're coming to work. We're not coming to lose, you know. And the guys, you know, continue to come to work. And so I was a small part in that. I was doing my job, honestly. So it's not about me. It's about the team.
Could you tell what Miles was fighting at the end? And if so, it looked like his left arm was kind of hanging.
I was like, I did not want to watch the defense. I was like trying to look everywhere else but on the field. But I mean, Miles is tough. You know, he's one of the toughest guys on this team in this league. And I I'm sure he's fighting through a lot, and he puts the team first, and that's what you want in one of your leaders.
Thanks, Kobe.
And my nephew's at the game, and I wouldn't go home with a loss to see him. So.
All right, cool. So that was fun. So I think he was jovial. Obviously, it's probably the biggest win in his career. Don't quote me on that, but it could be. Probably, going out a winner like that after 11 games where you're really just the backup quarterback, and that's all that you were brought in to do is your job, which is to hold the team over. I thought personally we were going to walk away with 5 wins before this. I thought we were going to be the Jets and the Falcons. So I thought 5 would have been it. But hey, I'll take 4. And you know what? We're still in it. They showed are the Browns who the teams that were in the hunt, and we're still in the hunt technically. There is a wild scenario out there where we go 10-7. I think that's all. I think that's what we can do. We can go 10-7, right? Browns. Go tell it on the mountain, the Cleveland Browns have won. All right, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, if we win out, we win 10 games. So we have the Texans next week in Houston, which is going to be the Texans Super Bowl because they're playing against Deshaun Watson at home. It's going to be a huge game for the Browns because we get Deshaun Watson back after a off. Here we got Njoku.
What does it mean to kind of send him off, if you will, with a win, considering kind of these unusual circumstances of the season?
It's a great feeling for sure. I feel like he works his butt off, day in and day out, whether it's physically and mentally, to help us be in the right positions to succeed. So kudos to the Kobe for sure.
All right, let's find out how expensive that jacket is. Sugar Hill.
Does it feel good for you guys to have some joy and coming off a win with Deshaun getting reinstated tomorrow? It's sort of a new beginning in some ways.
Sugar Hill jacket.
What was the question, sorry?
How good does it feel to start Deshaun off when he gets back tomorrow with coming off of a big, huge...
No, for sure. I mean, I feel like every win is a great team win. You know what I mean? So
I'm guessing like 150
awesome that
bucks?
Deshaun's coming back. I think he's going to really help us win more. But, yeah, this is just a great win that we got to celebrate, and then he's back to work.
And how about, in addition to, you coming up with big plays, Nick, how about Amari, coming up with that big, huge catch?
He's a beast. He's a beast for sure. That was huge for us, and that's exactly what we needed to win. So
it's a good idea, Ryan.
Thank you, guys.
That was quick. Go tell it on the mountain. So yeah, that was interesting. So David was asked a couple questions that I don't know if there's going to be any more. It says they're coming back, so there's probably going to be more. I'd like to hear from Miles today. This would be a great one to hear from Miles. I guess David was one of the stars of the game. Great that he got a look there. But let's take a look at the stats while we got them. So, quick shout out to some other guys we got here. Mids Plugs in the house. Rick Adkins, Anthony Croker, B Skrills, Max Nikolenko. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for the post-game show. Cleveland Browns win 23-17. Final in overtime. This might be the first game all season, and I'm going to go double check here. But this may be the first game all season. We didn't give up a point in the fourth quarter. We did. So the Panthers we did. The Jets we definitely did. The Steelers, we gave up 3 points. The Falcons, we gave up 13 points. The Chargers, we gave up 3. Patriots, 14. Ratbirds, 3. Bengals, 13. Dolphins, 7. No, 9. That Dolphins game. Bills, 9. And today's game against the Buccaneers, 0 points in the fourth quarter. First game all year, the Browns didn't give up a point in the fourth quarter. Victory Monday. Okay, so Tom Brady was 29 for 43. 246, 2 touchdowns. They had Chris Godwin had a nice game, 12 receptions, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown. Rashad White, 64 yards on the ground, so he held them pretty good. Jacoby had the 1 interception, but it was just a kind of throw up in the air. Interception wasn't a big deal. Browns, Jacoby Brissett, 23 of 37, 210, 1 touchdown, 1 garbage interception that I don't blame. I mean, just throwing up in the air. It was a Hail Mary. Nick Chubb, 26 for 116 and a tutty. Anthony, may the Schwartz be with you. Schwartz, 1 carry, 31 yards, 1 touchdown. Amari Cooper, 7 receptions, 94 yards. David and Njoku, 5 catches, 29 yards, and a touchdown. David Bell with a quiet 4 catches. Sack-wise, Myles Garrett officially 1.5. Jordan Elliott with a nice sack. JOK led in tackles with 6. Stat line. Oh, we got Amari.
I gotta be honest. I was just thinking about how easy it is to be humble. You know what I mean? I think I'm a pretty good player, and I catch that ball, 100 times out of 100. I was just thinking about my relationship with God, to be honest, because
what a good dude!
I realized,
holy crap!
He has the power to make the strong weak and the weak strong, and I feel like I felt really weak in that moment. You know what I mean? The team depending on me, 4th down, it was just like, what does that say about me? Big time player, make big time plays in big time situations, and I feel like I let the team down.
The one he dropped.
And then also it was something that Jordan, our teammate, said in the prayer before the game. He was just he quoted a quote from the book of James, and he was like, consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because it produces faith and perseverance. And that's all I kept thinking about. So I knew I had to persevere after that drop. I know the team was counting on not just me, but everybody. But in particular, I wanted to make a play. You know what I mean? And I knew that God wanted me to persevere through that situation to make a play. So
good for
that's
you, Amari.
honestly what I was thinking about.
So was it a big?
I'm glad you persevered.
Leap, or how would you describe them, the 2 big catches on the winning drive?
Again,
that faith produced perseverance. That's the best way I could describe it. I just had faith that I would be able to come back and make a play and not drop another ball. You know what I mean? But it felt amazing. Caught the slant. First of all, shout out to Kevin. That's a ballsy play to call in that situation, just for believing in us. Had a double move, drew up, knowing that if I ran it the right way, it would be a big play. So, it felt good.
Favorite route, huh? Double move?
Right now, definitely right now is my favorite route.
Amari, how good did it feel for you guys, not only to win this game, but to also kind of give Jacoby a really, really nice send-off after everything he's done for this football team?
Yeah, it felt great. He was kind of clowning me a little bit about not finishing for him on that. I just wanted it so bad. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna run through this guy. When usually I probably would have just tried to stop and make a miss. But it feels amazing, and I'm glad I was able to get the win for him.
I think it was it for Anthony to get a couple plays, you know, touchdown. He made a big catch there in the second half. For him, I know it hasn't been the best of seasons for Anthony.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, how big was it for him for his confidence just to be able to get out there and, you know, make a couple of big plays, winning plays, I guess you'd call them today?
Same thing I explained earlier. I talk to Anthony all the time. He has faith. He has belief in his abilities. He know he has the speed. He know he has all the tools to be a really good player. And he just has to continue to persevere like the rest of us, and to continue to trust in his ability. Obviously, when you make plays, that confidence grows and grows and grows. So hopefully we all could build off of that, and hopefully he could build off of that touchdown run. And he made a couple good catches as well, so he played really well today.
Did you see the David's touchdown catch on the field? Or not?
That was crazy. That was amazing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know if he was gonna catch that one. It did not. He went up with the left too.
Look at that chain.
That was.
Look at the chain he's rocking.
It's pretty good.
Love it.
Yeah.
And also, real quick, with Deshaun getting reinstated tomorrow, you know, how does it feel for you guys to kind of keep the train rolling along for when he returns and hand him over this big victory?
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun is gonna come in and be Deshaun. Like I stated last week, we've seen that greatness on display multitude of times, and really, you kind of are who you are. You know what I mean? It's not like he's just gonna deviate from being that great player. We see it all the time, even when he's on the practice field. And as you know, you practice how you play. So can't wait for him to get back. Can't wait to practice with him. Can't wait to catch some balls from him. Yeah.
Cool. I'm sure we're gonna have Miles come up here in a second. But man, Amari Cooper. Amari Mick Cooper. So far this year, 39 catches. I don't know if they've given him this game yet. I think he had, how many catches did he have this game? Browns, 7. Oh, here we go, Miles.
Miles, just how good did it feel for you to be able to come up big in the biggest moments of this game and do what, your star defender's supposed to do?
I mean, like you said, it's kind of standing I hold myself to, and that's what I, that's the kind of plays that you always view yourself as making. If you're that guy, you view yourself making those kind of plays in those moments. And against that kind of a competitor, someone who's achieved greatness day in and day out like that, it's no better feeling. And this one was really special to me.
Got a tombstone ready for Brady yet?
Next question.
What was your shoulder looked like it's really bothering you, and how much was it hurting you there at the end of regulation and in overtime?
I mean, it hurt really bad.
Next question.
I almost thought I broke something initially, but in my head there is no tomorrow. I can be focused on I'll get better tomorrow, or let's focus on the next game. There's just the next play, and that's all that's in my mind. I have to continue playing, regardless of how much
moving
pain
that left arm that much.
I am feeling. There's only one opportunity for greatness. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and I just want it really bad. I want it bad for us.
So when you run to the sideline and slam your helmet down, is there a moment where you think you might not be able to continue playing?
No, I mean, that never went through my head. I slammed it really out of just pain. I was in so much pain. I just wanted to get my helmet off me and just need a second to breathe. Just need some air. And I just knew that at the end of the day, no matter this pain will come and go, but like that pain of losing, that feeling that comes with losing, that'll never dissipate. So I just wanted to be able to be out there for my team and do what I had to do.
Did it come when the second guy came in and blocked you? Is that
Yeah, no, I was doing a spin move on the tackle, and I beat him, but the guard came in full head of steam and got me right on my shoulder.
Feel this could be a jumping off point to propel you, your team, for the final stretch of the season here?
I do. No, we have to view it as that. No, we have to carry that energy that we did that fourth quarter and overtime, that confidence into next game, into the next game. No, it was all about being 1-0, all about keep swinging, keep doing your job, and we're gonna like when we come out at the end of the thing. So I think everybody fell into line with that.
Miles, what does Jacoby mean to this team? Just the leader he's been on and off the field while navigating a unique situation so gracefully.
I mean, he's been here before. He's been to the top of the mountain, whether he was the direct leader of that or not. He's seen it. He's seen greatness. He's seen what it takes, and he's kind of let that be instilled in him. He's voiced that. He's spread that across his locker room, and no matter where he is on the depth chart, that's not going anywhere. He's still going to be that kind of player, that kind of teammate, and that kind of leader across the locker room.
You guys talked about complimentary football. Do you feel like you guys played, for the most part, complimentary football today?
For the most part, I think we did a great job of complimentary football, and despite the refs and the holding calls, I think defense did what we were supposed to do. Because sometimes I have no idea what they're looking at if they're looking at it all.
Why do you think the defense was able to play so much better today, especially against the run, than it had recently?
Like I said last week, it just comes down to desire, just want to, execution. Coming down with the head full of steam, and wanting to meet that guy in the hole. D-line, we feel like we're going to be there. We're going to knock the line scrimmage back. The linebackers, they're going to come downhill and make those hits. It's all about just being on the same page. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be there for your brother and you have that desire to go down there and make that play, regardless of who's showing up in that hole, who's opposing you, that's all run defense is.
Miles, do you think you would have been able to come through in the clutch like you did today when you're feeling pain earlier in your career, or is that something you've learned how to do as you gain experience?
I mean, I have confidence in young Miles being able to find a way to win, but I feel like I've grown into a smart savage, someone who can outslick the slicksters and be able to be strong enough to deal with the tougher guys. And so knowing that I'm hampered here, I've got to make up a different plan. I don't think I was as good as setting people up or baiting them or setting up traps. And they were having a plan for me all day on that right side. So just finding a way to win, taking my shots, and regardless of the outcome, just come off full speed and really try to just set the tone.
JD was talking about that he kind of got in your ear after the injury and was saying, we need you. This is a moment to step up. I guess, what does it mean to you that you're a leader of this team, but you still have guys like JD who are going to hold you accountable in these big moments?
Man, I think it's an awesome feeling. That's what team is really about. That's what family's all been about. Grabbing a hold of the guy that you believe in, that you want to see succeed on this team, and no matter if he's the first string guy, third string guy, he's just getting his first start or his first rep. Grabbing a hold of him and saying, like, I believe in you. It's time to make a play. From me to him or me to another guy. That kind of thing inspires guys to make big plays. And I know, with that confidence he has in me, it made me feel like it was my time.
Miles, is the shoulder to this point where you're going to need surgery at some point?
I don't know. I mean, I hope not. But at the end of the day, right now I'm not getting surgery. I'm doing what I can as far as being in the training room, working with different people, working with different doctors on my team to make sure that I'm able to play through this and make those plays that y'all know me for.
Is it also the point where the treatment does you good, and then up until you can't replicate any of that speed or get pressed by 300-pound guys, and then it's game day?
You can't. I mean, there's no other look for it. So at the end of the day, it's just trying to get us back up to a point. Try not to go too far in the wrong direction, build it up, and then just prepare as well as we can on game day, and just fight through it at the end of the day.
So you expect to be able to keep playing, right?
Like I've said, all throughout the season, I'm gonna keep playing until they take me out.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in right now?
when I got hit, it was probably about a 9. Right now, probably about a 7.
So do you have x-rays coming up, MRI coming up tomorrow, and are you concerned about the outcome?
A 7
We'll
right
see.
now?
I mean, I'm not concerned. At the end of the day, it has hurt more. So, I just salute service. As much as it means a lot to the fans, it means a lot to the players as well. I have a lot of family members that have served, and my papa passed away beginning of the year, and he was a service member, and I remember my dad just telling me to play
Rest
this
in
year
peace,
for him,
Papa.
and I knew there was no better game to just find a way to win, find a way to turn it on, regardless of adversity. I know that he's been through he had been through everything, and I just kept that in my mind that no matter what, you're gonna stick through it, keep on fighting, because that's what he would do.
Have any kind of conversation with Brady after the game?
I didn't. I was looking forward to it, but by the time I had made it to midfield, he was already probably in the locker room or walking in.
First of all, what was your grandfather's name? And then with Deshaun coming back tomorrow, do you feel like this is in some ways a new beginning for you guys? Just starting, hit the reset button and go?
I mean, that's what we're looking forward to. Him, being able to press the gas on this thing and make us a little bit more, give us a little bit more variety as far as the offense. Not to take away from anything that Jacoby's been doing. He's been doing an excellent job. He's outplayed many of the expectations that y'all have had in here. But looking at what he does in practice, looking what he has done throughout this season, he's definitely deserved all the praise that he's gotten. And my grandfather's name was Charles.
Miles, I mean, I know you guys have known this transition at quarterback was
people
coming,
wins
but
over wins or
kind of
losses.
along those
Probably
lines,
wins.
now that it's finally here, you guys sent
Wins,
Jacoby
definitely.
out on a win. Like, what are the emotions of going into this next step of the season and doing it at 4-7?
0-0 right now. Anybody can get punched in the mouth, whether you're undefeated or you're winless. You have nothing to lose. That's how you have to play every week. 4-7. That's not what we're looking. That's not how we're looking at. We're looking at it as an opportunity, and why not us? Kevin was talking to us. He said, setback is really just opportunity for a comeback, and that's how we're looking at it. This is a comeback in the making.
Should be
that,
5 and
we're
6
trying
at
to
a
start,
minimum.
and it takes one game at a time.
Joel Antonio said that Brissett was one of his favorite quarterbacks he's played with. Where would you rank Jacoby for yourself?
Rank him, man. As far as leadership and what he brings, the intangibles. Not even on the football side of the thing, just kind of person he is. That his just infectious nature, always being there for his guys. Checking up on offense, defense, being involved in everything. I'd probably put him at 1.
Miles, what did you want to say to Brady?
Man, I mean, I've always looked up to him. Respect him as a competitor, as a ball player, and I appreciate everything that you've given to the game and the sacrifices that you've made to really pave the way for a lot of these guys to inspire, pretty much a whole generation. It's really unbelievable how long he's done it and at the level which he's done it, and just nothing but respect for him.
Good. Thank you.
Well, that's probably going to wrap it up. I don't think they're going to show any more. I doubt they're going to have any more players. But yeah, I mean, exciting win. Press conferences are always kind of yeah, that's it. That's the last one. So, I mean, I got to tell you guys from what we have, what we're looking at here, stat-wise, we went over the offense in both teams. For the Bucks, so the Browns won the first down race, so 22-16. Third down efficiency was pretty bad in both teams. The Bucks were 4 of 15. The Browns were 5 of 17. Fourth down efficiency, Bucks were 1 of 1. Browns were 2 of 4. Total plays, Bucks ran 66. Browns ran 75. We allowed 4 sacks. They allowed 3. They punted 9 times. Better than the 0 from the Dolphins game. We punted 6 times. Also, we had a bunch of, it should be noted, a bunch of good returns today, or decent returns. So the return games is looking better. Finally. No fumbles. The one interception on the Hail Mary. We won the time of possession 39-04 to their 30-37. Looking to the Browns games ahead, we've got the Texans next week, then the Bengals at the Bengals. I mean, we beat them the first time. Why not beat them again? Then we have the Ravens at home. That game's on the December 18th. It's TBD. I don't know if it's going to be a night game or a day game, whatever. I was actually thinking about trying to go up to that game possibly. Saints on Christmas Eve. We're going to beat the Saints. We're going to have a great Christmas. Commanders on January 1st. And Steelers. Guys, we got winnable football games here. We got 6 left, and they're all winnable. There was a scenario, if we didn't win this game, that I could have seen us lose. I saw a scenario where we could have lost all these games leading up to it. But man, Texans should win. You know? I mean, they're bad. The Texans currently sitting at. They're probably the worst team in the NFL. Yeah, 1-9. They're the worst team in the NFL. By a decent margin, I would say. Not huge, but decent margin. They're pretty bad. So, worst team in the NFL as Deshaun Watson's in a stadium that he's comfortable in? You know what? Why not the Browns? Standing-wise, Ravens are 7-4. Bengals are 7-4. Browns are 4-7. We go 10-7. Look out. There's a chance. All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't do the pregame show. Jonathan Schlegel's in the house. Who else we got here? Irish Spaghetti. Ernest Badger. Thank you guys all for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we shall return next week for the pregame show. Beast Grills, what's up? Mark Schoen, what's going on, Mark? We will be back for the pregame show for the biggest single season game of the year other than the Panthers. You know, that was one of the objectives. Now we have Deshaun Watson back. God save us if we lose to the Texans. But, man, if we can go 6... If Deshaun Watson... I will tell you this right now, guys. If Deshaun Watson goes 6-0 and brings us to the playoffs this year, despite a lousy defense, despite a mediocre at best special teams, if Deshaun Watson can truly be the guy that can take us to the next level and go 6-0 to win out the season and we make the playoffs, erect the statue. Erect a statue of the man. I mean, because it's going to be that much of an uphill battle. Yes, prayers. Thoughts and prayers, guys. That's what we need. The football gods are looking down and they're saying, let's give them an ounce of hope. Let's sprinkle a little ounce of hope in their face. See what they can do with it. You know, everything's earned in life. Browns fans, we know that more than ever. So we got to earn this one. Let's go out and do it. Let's win the whole effing thing, as they once said in a Cleveland movie. All right, guys. Thank you very much. See you next week. Go Browns.